Could Carlos Alcaraz return to his old self after his injury? That was the big question surrounding the young Spaniard upon his arrival at the Rome Masters 1000. After pulling out of the Mutua Madrid Open, all eyes were on his physical condition. But after his debut, there is no room for speculation. Alcaraz is back. And not only did he win, he did so convincingly. Today, we'll tell you how his triumphant return at the Foro Italico went and what he said after the match. Carlos Alcaraz faced Dusan Lajovic in his opening match at the Rome Masters 1000, and from the first minute, he made it clear he was ready to compete. With a double 6-3, the Mercian not only advanced to the next round, but also dispelled all doubts surrounding his fitness. He looked agile, confident, and, most importantly, pain-free. "I feel great," he said with a smile after the match. "I did some sprints without any discomfort. It was a very good day at the office," he said, signaling that his right adductor is no longer an issue. His words, more than a medical report, were a relief for his fans. Beyond the physical aspect, the return also brought mental relief. In his statements, Carlitos admitted that the break helped him refresh and reconnect with his surroundings. "Being at home with my family and friends helped me a lot. Recovering and disconnecting was key," he explained. "It's clear that not only the body is back, but also the mind. An important detail considering the demanding schedule ahead, with Rome as the prelude to Roland Garros, the second Grand Slam of the year." This victorious return not only restores Alcaraz's confidence but also sends a clear message to the rest of the circuit: he's back and he wants titles. The Spaniard made it clear that he's now looking to build rhythm match by match, but that his ultimate goal lies ahead, Paris. The way he moved on court, how he controlled long rallies, and how he dared to take risks at key moments shows that his tennis remains intact. Alcaraz even admitted that he was surprised to feel so comfortable. "Today I was able to show a great level. I didn't expect it so soon, but that gives me a lot of confidence," he confessed. That mix of humility and ambition is part of what makes him such a special competitor. Now, with the injury seemingly behind him, all eyes are on his upcoming matches. The Spaniard wants to conquer Rome, a title that still eludes him, but above all, he wants to arrive in his best form at Roland Garros. Carlos Alcaraz's return has been physical, emotional, technical, and mental. After weeks of uncertainty, the Mercian is back to doing what he does best: winning. His victory in Rome against Lajovic was not just another win, it was confirmation that he's ready to keep fighting at the top. With his body recovered and his mind clear, Carlos is once again inspiring his fans and earning the respect of his rivals. Alcaraz, free of doubt in Rome: "I feel great." Carlos Alcaraz arrived in Rome with some uncertainty surrounding his physical condition, but he overcame his debut and won with confidence. Carlos Alcaraz faced a real test at the Rome Open, and he passed with flying colors, defeating Dusan Lajovic 6-3, 6-3, gaining confidence after the adductor injury he suffered in Barcelona, which prevented him from playing the Madrid Masters 1000. In the days leading up to the match, the Spanish player trained with a compression sleeve on his right leg and also wore it during the match against the Serbian, although more as a precaution than a necessity. In the press conference prior to his Rome debut, Carlos Alcaraz made it clear he was coming in with motivation, confidence, and a powerful message: "I'm glad Yannick is back. There's no better place for him to return than here in Rome." A statement that confirms the mutual respect between two of the greatest promises, and realities, of world tennis. Both have experienced intense moments in past matchups, and with Sinner ranked number 1 and Alcaraz number 3, fate seems to be setting up another showdown between them, this time with more at stake. The Mercian, who missed the Mutua Madrid Open due to a right adductor injury, has worked hard to arrive in top form for this clay court swing. Rome is one of the titles missing from his collection, and what better way to conquer the Italian capital than by facing the current tour leader, recently reinstated after serving a 3-month suspension. For Alcaraz, it's not just about winning, it's about beating the best, and he made that clear. It's good he's back, for him, for me, and for tennis. So far this season, both have shined at different times. Sinner won the Australian Open and led the ATP until his suspension sidelined him. Alcaraz, meanwhile, triumphed in Monte Carlo, proving his level remains elite. "Respect doesn't mask competitiveness. I hope to see him in the final," Alcaraz said, with a smile that blended admiration and challenge. A potential final between Sinner and Alcaraz in Rome is not just a fan's dream, it's a real possibility, and for many, the matchup that tennis needs. Two different styles, two extraordinary talents, and two personalities who represent the natural succession of the big three. Alcaraz, with his charisma, aggression, and variety of shots. Sinner, with his precision, consistency, and cool mentality. Both, at only 22 years old, have already become leaders of the tour. Alcaraz mentioning Sinner as a desired rival in the final is also a sign of sporting maturity. Many avoid talking about finals before playing the first match, but Carlitos knows that if he wants to define an era, he has to do it by facing the best, not dodging them. And the best part is that there's no resentment or controversy. There's rivalry, yes, but also camaraderie. A combination that could give tennis a new golden age. For now, each must walk his own path in the tournament. Alcaraz debuted against a lucky loser after Jan-Lennard Struff's withdrawal, while Sinner also has a demanding draw ahead. If both deliver, the Rome final could become an epic showdown, not just in terms of ranking, but also for what it symbolizes, the clash between the two young stars expected to dominate world tennis in the next decade. Carlos Alcaraz comes to Rome with a clear goal, to win the title and regain form after an injury. But also with his eyes on Jannik Sinner, his generational rival, potential final opponent, and above all, his great competitive motivation. With statements full of respect, Alcaraz not only acknowledges the Italian's value but makes it clear that the best tennis is played when the best face each other. If both reach Sunday, Rome could witness a historic final. Carlos Alcaraz, one of the brightest tennis prospects in the world, isn't just making headlines on the court, he's also stirring things up off it. While his documentary My Own Way continues to spark reactions for showing his more human, and party-loving, side, a new controversy has erupted in his inner circle. His first coaches are publicly feuding. Is the pristine image of the young Merchant starting to crack? Is it the price of fame or something deeper? The release of Carlos Alcaraz's Netflix documentary has given an unfiltered glimpse into his life beyond tennis. The Merchant comes across as approachable, cheerful, and clear in his philosophy. He wants to be the best, but also to enjoy life. While many have applauded his authenticity, others from more traditional sectors of the sport have criticized it. Meanwhile, a more unexpected dispute has erupted within his closest circle, a conflict between those who saw his first steps in tennis. Carlos Santos, one of his early coaches, has published a book recounting Alcaraz's earliest days in the sport. In it, he mentions Kiko Navarro, another key coach in Carlitos' development, and suggests that Navarro joined the team not for sporting merit but due to his ability to attract sponsors. These claims did not sit well with Navarro, who responded strongly, accusing Santos of twisting the facts and using the book to profit from controversy. According to Navarro, he joined Alcaraz's team at the request of the player's father, with the sole intention of helping. His connection to Postres Reina, a company that would later sponsor Carlitos, may have opened some doors, but he insists that it wasn't the reason for his involvement as a coach. What hurt Navarro most was Santos' silent betrayal, writing negatively about him while they were still sharing training sessions, as he claims. Conflicts like this are not new in professional sports. When a figure like Alcaraz reaches global fame, everything around him becomes magnified. What's surprising is that the dispute stems not from the present but from the past. It's not about coaching decisions or recent choices, it's about egos, recognition, and a shared history that has fractured under the weight of media exposure. Navarro made it clear that he doesn't want to compete for credit or steal the spotlight, but he didn't hesitate to defend himself publicly. It saddens me that Carlos Santos used his book to attack me. We shared courts for years. And while he smiled at me, he was writing things that really hurt, he said. The tension highlights not just the fragility of some relationships, but also how complicated building a career can be when so many want a piece of the success. On the other hand, the controversy reinforces one idea: Alcaraz's rise wasn't the work of a single man or a single moment. There were many hands, many decisions, and, like any success story, also many frictions. The memories of his coaches may clash, but they were all part of the same machine that brought him to the top of the tennis world. Jessica Pegula, a fellow WTA player, has been one of the few to openly defend the Merchant. "We are not robots, we all deal with real pressures," she said. Her words are a reminder that behind every player is a person, with a past, emotions, and an environment that doesn't always play on the same team.